Y minuto 35, na legislature in Guam is back from recess. Thank you, colleagues, for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome our panel guests, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Chief Justice Carbolito, and Justice Robert Torres. Thank you for being here this evening. We are in the Committee of the Whole. We do have the Department of Administration and also OFB here. But before we start, I will yield to the presentation from Justice Carbolito, please.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and members of the legislature. For the record, my name is Philip Carbolito, and I'm the Chief Justice of the Guam Supreme Court. And with me here today is Justice Robert J. Torres, my colleague on the bench. I understand that we're here today to try and answer some questions to the body in reference to the judiciary's decision to procure its own health insurance policy. And let me just state for the record that our course of action is authorized under current law. And when I came in as Chief Justice, the first decision that we had to make in February earlier this year was we had to decide whether we were going to opt in or opt out from the negotiations regarding the health insurance policy for the judiciary employees. I asked to look at the data in order to make an informed decision, because the bottom line is that our interest is that we save the general funds in reference to what is appropriated to the judiciary. In my review of the data for the last 3 years, we have saved the general fund anywhere from over $100,000 to $500,000 for each fiscal year. And any savings realized by the judiciary is a savings to the government of Guam. And so to me, it was a no-brainer. If we can save funds for the government by negotiating a plan and rates that are beneficial to our employees and ultimately to the government of Guam, we should pursue that course of action. So we are well into our procurement. We closed the request for proposal, and we're now entering into a negotiation phase. But what I would like to ask the body is if I can have the opportunity to put in writing the information that can be helpful to this body to look at the data and determine why is it that we took this course of action. And if you believe that we are saving money for the government of Guam as a whole, and you have not been provided information otherwise, I would think that in the exercise of your discretion, that you would agree with us that the course of action we have taken is in the best interests of the government of Guam. So, Madam Speaker, I would ask for the opportunity, if the sponsor of the bill would allow us, to put in writing the data and the information to support our position, so you can make a determination as to whether we have pursued a proper course of action. And if you were to solicit information to show that our position is incorrect, I would gladly, on behalf of our organization, withdraw our position going forward and not separate from the government. But I have not seen that data. I have not seen that information. So to the best of my knowledge, the course of action we have taken will save the government of Guam in the longer term. So I thank you for that opportunity, Madam Speaker. And if you permit me, I would be able to transmit this first thing next week. Thank you.
Sidzus Masi, Chief Justice Carbolito. Senator San Augustine.
Madam Speaker, with that, thank you, Your Honor, Chief Justice. Thank you for that offer, and I appreciate it. And with that, that official documentation would suffice the information that I wanted to get. Because I know that I'm almost assured that the document you provide would actually show the process. Because I'm a strong believer if any agency can save, then that will be the model we pursue. And I thank you very much, and I have no further question from the courts. Until I get the document, then we can talk further. Thank you, Your Honor, Chief Justice. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Senator San Augustine. On the amendment.
No, on the amendment, ma'am, because the amendment was to consider them. I will set that aside until we get the information, then we can move forward from there. Because exactly what the Chief Justice mentions, that once we provide the documents, we'll be able to know exactly, and he's also agreed that if that's the way to go, he was willing to participate. We just have to show him, we just have to show the numbers, and I'm willing to work with the Chief Justice. And that's the way we should be doing. It's a team effort. And I want to use his model. If he's the best model, let's go with that.
So on the motion to set aside,
Yes.
Senator San Augustine?
Yes, Madam Speaker.
Are you also asking for time, Senator San Augustine?
Yes, ma'am, and we can continue this next week, and when we get the official report, then we can move on from there. But
So-
there's no need to discuss any further on the amendment tonight.
On the
I need-
motion to set aside, are there any objections?
Madam Speaker, I object, and I object on the premise that we have an opportunity to ask questions of the Chief Justice and the Associate Justice right now. And I believe that some of the information was transmitted by one of our senators, as indicated previously. The analysis that was transmitted to one of our senators, at least, that was also sent to all of the senators. So if we're talking about those same numbers, I just object to bringing in the Chief Justice and the Associate Justice further next week. Because I can ask some general questions that would, I think, pacify the concerns, the overriding or overarching concerns that is bothering us right now, or bothering the body, not myself. So if we want to be efficient, it's now 6:40, and we have the two of the top people from the judiciary here, which I think is a great privilege. Let's not make waste of this privilege.
I apologize, colleagues. There was a motion to set aside, and I don't think it's debatable at this time. There has been an objection, so all those to set aside the
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Vice Speaker Nelson, please state your point of order.
Madam Speaker, I do agree with you that there has been a motion to set aside and is non-debatable. However, that does not negate us from the committee of the whole.
I understand that. So the motion is to set the petition, the proffered amendment by Senator Joe San Augustine aside. There was an objection. All those in favor, please signify by raising your hand.
Madam Speaker, can you repeat that first?
The-
Because I guess some of our colleagues didn't really hear you.
The motion, colleagues, was to set aside the proffered amendment from Senator Joe San Augustine, and there was an objection. All those in favor, please signify one more time by raising your hand. Motion fails. Senator San Augustine, you're recognized.
Madam Speaker, I wanted to set it aside, but if that's not the case, then I request then that the other folks that were required to be part of this panel they add the additional tables and we'll proceed on with the questions. That was going to get officially, but okay. Which is OFB and DOA. Thank you.
We will take a moment's recess. Turangohan is back from recess. The Committee of the Whole is called to order for Bill Number 255-35 COR as amended by the Committee of Public Accountability, Human Resources, and the Guam Build-Up and further amended on the floor, which is an act to amend Sections 4301A, C9 of Article 3, Chapter 4, Title 4, Guam Code Annotated, relative to allowing the choice for subscribers that participate in the Government of Guam health insurance contract. I'd like to introduce the panel guests. To my immediate right, Chief Justice Carbolito. To his right, Justice Robert Torres. Chief Justice, if you
Our
can...
Court Administrator, Ms. Christina Baird, and our Finance Administrator, Mrs. Diane, I only know her maiden name, Orlette, and Gamutson as her married name.
And colleagues, to my left is the Director of Administration, Mr. Ed Byrne. Thank you. And from the Office of Finance and Budget, Mr. Steve Guerrero. The rules of engagements are as follows. Questions for the panels will be asked in 2 rounds. Each senator will have a 5-minute time limit. I will only entertain amendments that were submitted. Amendments must be submitted in writing and via email to the clerk and the legal counsel before the motion to amend is made on the floor. At this time, I will recognize the sponsor, Senator Pt.2.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. You know, Madam Speaker, and I had mentioned earlier that I don't want to allow our judge and the panel that are here tonight to treat this discussion like a public hearing. I am tired of the so many amendments. I am tired. This interaction is turning into a circus already. And I have so many respect to the Chief Justice and Justice Torres. So with that, Madam Speaker, I'm sorry to say, but I want to withdraw Bill 255-35 COR. As amended, I would say. For the last 4 days we've been talking about, and all I hear is so many amendments. I was under my feet already because I kept quiet all the way because maybe what they're trying to do is invigorate the bill. But this is not, the hearing that we've been discussing is not a choice bill, a choice selection of the bill already. There is something going on here that I don't understand, and I don't want to keep the Chief Justice and our judges and our panel up here for this immediate recalling of them. This is not right, Madam Speaker, so I withdraw my bill so we can end this tonight. And if I have to, I'll rewrite the bill again. And then maybe I'll follow those amendments and make it right. Na mamalosti tada respeto sta. All I wanted for this bill to go through is to hear the cries of our people. Esta mamalo zo, mamartikula zo sta sa todo ay tiningunias ti siya mas maulig. Zama mamalo sta. Sa 4 dias, di ta ekungog yung amendments. Anako na amendment esta ki bill. Polo za itaw-taw matungo na josangan na distifinenin na. Na malago zo pa senidor, pabespian-pian yung patana, lamawli kinilala, gwinigitanota. Lo sigita mangkungkurahi, sigita tatulay kay tinigi. Anay ma-atsogwi, iligo kanso, atulay ka. Guhati nilay ka. Makpuay, nubena. Zabe nayam zo dangkulo na si Jus Masi, pano, Judge Carbolito, zo sangana esta na dangkulo respeto para hamzo. Para todo dos hamzo. para ben agang am zu gwini na ora. Pendingo gumamizu pendingo familia. Estas ti choice bill esta ta ekungong na ta ekungong opinion siya sa babay bill. Inasun niya sa pura men. Orso nung sta. Dati jang na pa bay fana hamzu. Sa dongkulo respetu para hamzu todo. Si Jus Masi, Madam Speaker.
On the motion to withdraw, are there any objections? Withdraw. Colleagues, I've just informed that the author of the bill has just transmitted the bill for its withdrawal. The bill is withdrawn. We are now in recess. Imina 35 na legislatura ng Guahan is back from recess. Majority Leader, Vice Speaker Nelson, you are recognized.
Si Diyos Masi, Madam Speaker, I'd like to make the motion that we recess until 1400. You're going like this, but I don't know what that means.
Motion to rise.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, thank you. I'd like to make a motion that we rise out of the Committee of the Whole.
On that motion, without any objection, motion carries. Vice Speaker Nelson, you are recognized.
Si Diyos Masi, Madam Speaker, I'd like to make a motion that we recess until 1400 Monday morning. Thank you.
Monday, on the motion to recess to Monday at 2, no objections. We are in recess.